Mga amigs, welcome to Winnie Luna Nahiel Eduk channel on mathematics and other related topics. In this video, we are going to discuss some difference, product, and quotient of two functions. To all our subscribers, thank you very much for the continued support, and we always hope that you help us disseminate our materials to the learners and to all interested parties. Okay, here we go. Our objective is to understand the process of arithmetic combination of two functions. Okay, let f and g be two functions with overlapping domains. Then for all x common to both domains, the sum, difference, product, and quotient of f and z, these are the functions that we consider here, are defined as follows. For the sum, so you have f plus g. This f plus g is enclosed with the this one open close parenthesis. Then another one enclosed in parenthesis is x. So we have to read this one as the sum of f plus g of x. And you can rewrite that one as f of x plus g of x. Again, this is read as f of x. This one is g of x. Then the difference, we have f minus g of x. F minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. Then for the product, we simply write beside each other f and g. F g of x equals f of x times g of x. Then the quotient of the two functions, f over g of x is equal to f of x over g of x, provided our g of x is not equal to 0, because when this g of x is equal to 0, this becomes undefined. So we have that restriction that this g of x is not equal to 0. Now, let's have an illustration about finding the sum of two functions. Here we define two functions, f and g, where f of x is equal to x plus 1, then g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. So we have to get the sum, f plus g of x, and this one, g plus f of x. We intentionally have this one because there's something that I'd like you to see. So solution, we have here f plus g of x equals f of x plus g of x. So you simply copy. Then what you will do is that this f of x is replaced by its definition, x plus 1, this one. Then this g of x, which is x squared plus 1, is replaced by this. Then we take the parenthesis symbol. So you have x squared minus 1 plus x plus 1. And minus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 0. So what remains is x squared plus x, or x times the quantity x plus 1. So this is the sum of functions f and z at x. Then the second, we have g plus f of x. So you have to write g of x plus f of x. So again, we simply substitute the definition of g of x, which is x squared minus 1, and f of x by x plus 1. Then rewriting or getting the parentheses, we have x squared minus 1 plus x plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, that is 0. So you have x squared plus x, or x times the quantity x plus 1. Now, we see that the arrangement of the functions here, f plus g of x and g plus f of x, you see that their sum do not vary, the same result. And with this, we can say that the sum of two functions, if you are going to interchange the position, is the same. So there is what we call commutativity. Commutativity, that the position of the functions to be added does not affect the sum. Next, we have finding the difference of two functions. So in here, we define functions f and g. Okay, so it seems that the same functions that we are defining, f of x is equal to x plus 1 and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. So for the difference, we have a f minus g of x and b g minus f of x. So just the same. Again, the intention is to see if subtraction of two functions is commutative, because addition of two functions was shown as commutative. In here, let's see if subtraction of two functions is still commutative. So for the solution, we have here f minus g of x equals f of x minus g of x. So again, you have to substitute f of x by x plus 1 and this g of x by x squared minus 1. Now, for x plus 1, you can automatically get the parentheses out. But in here, this negative is to be distributed to the quantity, because this x squared, by definition, is positive. So negative times x squared, that is negative x squared. The negative times negative 1, that is positive 1. So you have plus 1 plus 1, so that is 2. Then you have this. We place negative x squared as the first term because we want to arrange the powers of the variables. So we get negative x squared plus x plus 2. So this is the difference of the two functions, f minus g of x. Let's have the second one. We have g minus f of x equals g of x minus f of x. So substitute, replacing g of x by x squared minus 1 and f of x by x plus 1. Again, for x squared minus 1, you can take away the parentheses, but in here, you have to, this negative is distributed inside the quantity. So negative times x, that is negative x, then negative times positive 1, that is negative. So the difference is x squared minus x, then negative 1, that is negative 2. Now, we see that the difference, no? The difference of the two functions are not the same. So the difference or the result when you subtract two functions is not the same. So meaning to say, subtraction is not commutative. Meaning to say, the position of the functions affect the difference. Now let's come to finding the product of the two functions. In here, we define function f and g. And for function f, we have f of x equals x plus 1. And for function g, we have g of x equals to x minus 1. So find f g or f times g of x, and the other one g f of x. So we have this a and b to show if multiplication of two functions is commutative. For the solution, so you have f g of x equals f of x times g of x. Then substitute f of x by x plus 1 and g of x by 2x minus 1. Then apply the FOIL method, x times 2x, that is x squared. Then x times negative 1, that is negative x. Then 1 times 2x, that is 2x. Then positive 1 times negative 1, that is negative 1. Combining terms, you have 2x squared, then negative x plus 2x, that is x, then minus 1. So this is the product. F g of x, that is 2x squared plus x minus 1. Let's see for the other one, g f of x. So you have g of x times f of x. Then substitute g of x by 2x minus 1 and f of x by x plus 1. So again, applying the FOIL method, 2x times x, you have 2x squared. Then 2x times 1, that is 2x. Then negative 1 times x, negative x. Negative 1 times 1, that is negative 1. Combining terms, we have 2x squared, then 2x minus x, that is x, then negative 1. You see that the product of the two functions, even if they are interchanged, their position is interchanged, we got the same product. So multiplication of two functions is commutative. Okay, let us now have finding the quotient of two functions. In here, we have to define function f and function g, in which f of x is equal to x plus 1 and g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. Now, our goal is to get f over g of x, and we have the restriction that g of x is not equal to 0. And the other one, g over f of x, the restriction here is f of x is not equal to 0. We have these two problems here because we want to see if division of two functions is commutative. So let's find out if there is commutativity in the division of the two functions. Okay, for the solution, we have here f over g of x is equal to f of x over g of x. Remember the restriction here that this g of x is not equal to 0 because this becomes undefined. We substitute f of x by x plus 1 and g of x by x squared minus 1. Then this x squared minus 1, the denominator has factors x minus 1 and x plus 1. So we can cancel the numerator x plus 1 and the denominator x plus 1. So we have this result. F over g of x is equal to 1 over x plus 1. So this is the quotient of functions f and z. The next one is we have g over f of x is equal to g of x over f of x. Again, this f of x cannot be equal to 0. We have the restriction. Then substituting g of x by x squared minus 1 and f of x by x plus 1. Again, this x squared minus 1 has factors, and these are x minus 1 and x plus 1. And we have x plus 1 in the denominator, so we can cancel x plus 1 in the numerator and the x plus 1 in the denominator. So we have g over f of x is equal to x minus 1. Now, we can see that the quotient of the two of the problems here, the quotient of f over g of x is not equal to the quotient of g over f of x. And by that, we can say that division of two functions is not commutative. the position of the two functions affect the quotient. Mga migs, that would be all. I hope that you get something in our discussion in this video. And thank you very much for being with us all the time.